Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, yeah, I know y'all seen that interview Brittany did. She just showed her fucking face. You know what I mean? And I was so disturbed by the video because I don't care what Brittany says, how she looks. She does not appear to be a grieving mother. And I get it. People grieve differently. I get it. But to know that your daughter was just found on the side of the road in a trash bag hours away. I mean, I just expected to see more emotion, and we didn't see that, you know. But I feel like I know the reason why. So in this video right here, I'm gonna answer the question that everybody keeps asking me. What time do I think Maleah died? So let's talk about that. Now in this video, I'm gonna share with y'all some text messages that were sent between Brittany and her sister, Natasha, the one that she was meeting up with in Massachusetts. Okay? We're gonna share some of those texts because I think it's gonna shed a lot of light on some of the things that we were confused about. So let's start with this shit right here. Now, I know we keep showing this same image, and police told us that this was the last known footage of Maleah, and it's April the 30th at 7:54 in the morning. And for some reason, y'all, I can't get past this time. I can't. So I believe that Maleah died shortly after we seen her right here. And I'm going to show y'all some shit. But in my opinion, a lot of things that I read from Brittany's trying to distance herself away from this time here. Between about like 8:30 and maybe 10 o'clock. Brittany's trying to distance herself from that shit. So let's listen to this clip right here.
What was the actual last day of when Maleah was seen? The 30th. The last day she was seen was on the 30th.
Now we just heard Brittany say out of her own mouth that the last time Maleah was seen was on April the 30th. Okay? Then this text message right here is between Natasha and Brittany. And Natasha, who's her sister, says, "What time on the 30th? Before or after you left?" And Brittany responded, "They only seen her on the 30th. That's all I know." Now, in this whole exchange right here, if y'all want to see all of the text messages, go to Tanika's page. She has them. Okay? But this exchange right here, Brittany's basically telling her sister, like, look, the police just saw the footage from the apartments, and the last time they seen Maleah on this footage was April the 30th. And her sister like, well, shit, when? Before or after you left? And she like, they only seen her on the 30th. That's all I know. Like, that's it and that's all, nigga. Like, she don't know. She acting like she ain't got a clue as to what's going on. But for me, y'all, I think that this time frame, like I said, between about 8:30 and maybe 10 o'clock, this time frame has posed an issue for Brittany. Okay? Not only was she trying to distance herself away from this time frame, she's making it seem like she ain't even have a clue that her daughter had come back home. Okay? This, again, this time frame has posed an issue for Brittany. Because then, look at this text right here. Now, in this text message, Brittany told her friend that she felt like Darian was trying to set her up. And so her friend say, well, how do you feel like he set you up? You have an alibi. You were out of town. Brittany says, no, it's not that. The problem is I can't prove that this dude snuck her back in without me fucking knowing she was there is the issue. I have proof of everything else, but I fucking can't prove that shit. What that sounded like to me was Brittany was basically saying, I got everything else covered. This was the part of the story that Brittany could not control. Okay? And, you know, she wanted us to believe he snuck her in. She didn't have a clue. All this shit. Again, this is Brittany's way of trying to distance herself from this time frame. And she went as far as telling us this.
I'm interested to know why BB left so early to get to the airport. Please, can we clarify this? What time was your flight supposed to leave?
My flight was at 11:58 in the morning. Who doesn't leave early to get to the airport?
And what time did you leave?
We left like at 8:30.
Now, Brittany said that her flight was at 11:58 and that she left at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30, okay? Now, I'm going to fuck y'all up with this. Let's look at the text message that she sent her sister. Brittany sent this text message to her sister at 9:20 in the morning on April the 30th. And she says, my phone's going to be off, so I won't be able to call you, but you can call me. And then she sends her a screenshot of her flight information. Yeah, that's what this is. And again, she sent it at 9:20 in the morning on April the 30th. Now, don't forget, we seen Darian leave out at 8:53. Remember, we thought he was going to work. We got 30 minutes later, Brittany sending this text to her sister. And it's a screenshot, again, of her flight information. Let me zoom in on this shit to see if y'all can see it a little better. So this screenshot of the flight information, what it looks like to me is that on April the 30th, it's saying that Brittany was supposed to leave Houston at about 4:30 in the afternoon. And that she should arrive at her destination at about 6:43. Don't forget those times, 4:30 and about 6:43. Okay? And I know there was a lot of discrepancy, you know, when she left, when she came back, all that other extra shit. But we about to get to the bottom of this shit. Because now I want y'all to look at the text message that she sent to her sister. Let's continue to look at the text message. So after sending this screenshot, her sister immediately replies, "Kay, I got you." And then Brittany says, "Okay, it's still on." And that's at 9:22. At 9:23, her sister says, "Yes." She don't talk to Brittany no more until 4:36 in the afternoon. And look at what Brittany said. "On my way." I'm like, bitch, on your way where? You just told us that you left out at 8:30 in the morning, that your flight was supposed to be leaving at noon. But you texting your sister saying you on your way at 4:36. Then the sister replies at about 5:18 like, $20 t-shirt, do you want one? At 6:40, Brittany replies, yeah. I'm telling y'all, Brittany left at 4:30 in the afternoon. So with that being said, why the hell would she want us to believe that she was gone by 8:30? Again, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Brittany keep trying to distance herself away from this time. And she's doing it for a reason. It's all for a reason. Brittany seems calculated. She seems like the type of motherfucker always trying to stay 2 steps ahead of another motherfucker. And that's what we're watching her do now. In my mind, Brittany knew exactly what was going on with her daughter on April the 30th that morning. Brittany already knew what was going on. That's why she couldn't answer this shit right here.
BB, did you talk to Maleah while you were gone? She don't answer that.
To me, that was a simple ass question. It was. Did you talk to Maleah while you was gone? But let's think about this for a minute. If she'd have answered no to that question, our first thought would have been, why not? Was there a reason you couldn't talk to her? And this could potentially be used to show that she already knew Maleah was dead. There was no need to call her. But I'm quite sure her phone records is going to show her still communicating with Darion while she out of town. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if she'd have answered yes to this question, then our first response would have been like, when? So we can narrow down the timeline as to when Maleah died. Okay? And then not only that, I think if she'd have answered yes, Brittany was afraid that there was going to be video footage that showed Maleah not being seen after the 30th. So that would prove that she lied. So Brittany couldn't answer this question one way or another. Because again, she's not as stupid as people think she is. And I told y'all, she seemed to be, one of them type bitches that, feel like she's smarter than everybody else. You understand what I mean? But she couldn't answer that question. And I think the video footage that she was concerned about was this shit right here. When we seeing Darian on May the 2nd, leaving out with only 2 kids. And I feel like there's more video footage to come. We're going to see other footage. And trust and believe, police has combed through this footage. And they told us the last time they seen Maleah on this footage was April the 30th. Now, I had a couple people telling me like, oh, well, Brittany said that he would sometimes leave Maleah at the house by herself. And I was like, what? A 4-year-old? That shit make no sense to me. But now, thinking like Brittany think, in her mind, that was to explain away this shit right here. Because she knew that there was going to be video footage of this nigga coming and going with these other 2 kids and not Maleah while she was out of town. So in her mind, if she told us like, oh, well, he always leave her by herself, that's what we're supposed to think when we see him on this footage without Maleah. Brittany, she's not as stupid as we think she is, y'all. And then when I seen this message right here from the sister, I mean, like, all I could think was like, Brittany ass need to be body slammed, man. In this message, her sister is basically admitting to Brittany that she's told someone that Brittany spoke to her kids. She said because in her mind, every time she asked Brittany if she checked on her kids, Brittany would tell her yes. And then, I don't know if y'all heard the interview that Natasha did with Tanika, but in the interview, Natasha said that when Brittany would get on the phone, she would go outside and talk. Like she's not talking in front of nobody. And again, there was a reason for that. Brittany is not to be trusted. She's not. And now we got this confession from Darion. They done found the body. They done brought Maleah home. I'm telling y'all, a lot of shit about to get leaked. A lot. We're going to start to see a lot more now. And then we got Darion, who he's giving interviews now with the news reporters. And this is what he had to say. He said, I ain't no killer, bro. I love Maleah so much. I did for her more than her own parents. I never had a biological daughter. I wouldn't do anything to hurt her. That's not me. Ask anyone who knows me and they will tell you I'm not that type of dude. And I was good with those kids. So even though he told us where he put the body, he's saying, I ain't killed her. That's what that sounds like to me. He's saying, I didn't kill her. So I don't know where Quanell is getting this whole, he admitted it was an accident shit. I don't even know. But Darian's saying, I ain't no killer. And sadly, I mean, I believe him. I do. Because I don't trust Brittany. And I've been said that I think something happened before Brittany left. I think whatever this fight was about, whether he was sending dick pics to another man, whatever, that was the jump off. And that's why Brittany couldn't answer this shit neither.
How were things with you and Darian before you left for your father's funeral?
Let's not speak to that. Let's move
You
forward.
know, that's my.
Yeah. Things between Darian and Brittany was fucked up before she left. I believe that. And I believe whatever happened to Maleah happened on April the 30th. That's it and that's all. And I'm looking forward to seeing Brittany like this. Know what I mean? Sooner rather than later. And did y'all know that on June the 3rd, on Monday, Darian's lawyer filed a motion to hire an investigator? Yeah. Now we got Darian talking about, I ain't no killer. They on Brittany's ass, man. Ain't no doubt in my mind. And we are too. So, yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer because my pain medicine wearing off. But I'm waiting on more shit to come out. And when it does, we gonna be right there on their ass. So, y'all stick with me, ride with me. I'll be back.